Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very filling but also very weird cherry and almond protein drink shake type thing. Half beverage, half physical nutrients. It pretty much tastes of like a scone. But yeah, it is actually all right. Either way, welcome back to the game. Previously, we were still not finding that tunnel. Okay, yeah, previously we were expanding. We put in the footprint for pretty much what I plan on having for this build. So we've got two other cell blocks to make, but we had a bit of a side quest in the building of this, which is our protective custody area, and you can see it is indeed being used. We do have some issues in places. We have to obviously keep an eye on this one, but for the most part it is working well. We also made a training room, which is again working well. So yeah, we need to keep an eye on things and progress on. Let me see if I can not find that tunnel again. That must be a fake one. It must be an erroneous result. But yeah, we need to continue on and we'll look at things like... Right, that tunnel there, just there though. It can't be from over here and then digging across. It can't be. It has to be from, like, there? Okay, the thing I'm going to do, actually, is tunnel search. And I'm going to go for schedule. No, sorry. Tunnel search. Custom schedule. Can you not just set all? Shared only. Ah, no. Is that just a search everywhere? Search custom area. Alright, okay. So I can go for tunnel search. Is there not just an all sectors? All sectors. That's it. And do it every 3 days. Save section. Actually, every 5 days. No, 3 days the way it's working. Save. Right. There's the tunnel. We found it. It was a big task. Yeah. So we was obviously finding the tunnels, which is good. This is what's concerning me is what haven't we found? And there's another rope that's been nicked by Addison Mead, and almost certainly it has been stolen from the laundry. Let me just double check here. Intelligence, 24 hours, the rope, and what a surprise it's coming from there. Even though the danger doesn't show it's actually... Caught, yeah. It doesn't actually show it being spawned here. It is. That's Sophia Simpson. We're going to search prisoner. Because guess what? They just flashed a rope. And there's said rope. So, the laundry, as expected, is becoming a bit of a problem. I will then, because of that, prioritize the perimeter wall. I didn't think I was going to put it in this stage. But frankly, I want to get it done. It's going to cost a lot of money, but money we have, and I'd rather build it now and get it done and call it a day and say, yep, that's all done. It'll take a little while for them to do, but then that's going to increase our security. It isn't a huge amount of a security thing because the wall is here, which means once they're up to it, naturally the problem is digging through it. That's the issue. They have to dig through the thing. But having it here means there's only, like, once they get through it, that's it. They're straight out. Whereas if you have, say, a one that goes around the cell block, or even, say, has a line and then a gap at the end of the line, you've got, like, multiple layers of that security, which we haven't got. It's not too much of a problem, and certainly having in some perimeter wall is better than no perimeter wall. So we'll see. But let's get that built. And that's something we were going to do. And I just think because of the amount of tunnels, it's probably best if we do it sooner rather than later. And as I said, money is not really a big problem. I'm just going to pause it for a moment while we're doing the intake, or just before the intake, because if we go to transfers, we can see that we have a total of 3 inmates, Redmond, Mojito, and Bolton, that are eligible to be moved over. And there we go. They're moving over. The whole transfers thing obviously is going to come more into play when we get into the high-risk inmates, hopefully. And it might be a case of, because the inmates have been used to certain amenities and then get moved over, it takes like a generation, a prisoner generation, to come through. for it to take effect. But we'll see how we get on. In terms of staffing, I've still got no armed guards. I've got dog handlers. Probably could do with a few more, always. Haven't got any more guards, actually, even though we've got a decent amount of inmates, including protective. Speaking of that, security menu, vulnerable, Curtis. Prisoner Curtis. Ex-law enforcement and crimes of car theft. You are now protective custody. I don't really like using this menu here. I preferred looking into their file. But it is useful. So there's ex-law enforcement. There is a few unknown traits over here, for example, in here. We are listening in on the phones, although I did connect the phone tap, did I? Although I'm doubting myself now. I'm pretty sure I did. Phone tap is connected over there. Yes, that's fine. These are all in. These are in. That's actually fine. And that one must be connected. That's definitely not connected. Door control system. There we go. And then watch the money go down as people buy body armor and stun buttons. Fair enough. Fair point. Fair point. Okay. So yeah, we're just basically on management now. Before we get on with the building, which is going to be over here. So the building for this one is going to be a bit different. So this is going to be our... What cells? This is going to be our... In the end, at the very end of things, this will become the medium risk cell block. Because it's going to go low, medium, high, supermax. And I still think I provided too many amenities and higher grading for the higher risk of cells. But I think it's best to just build it as we are now. Continue on with the plan, build it, and then we'll see how we go. We can always remove things if need be. But yes, this needs to be cloned over here. Sort of. Not the cells, though, because the cells are going to change in size. Now, you don't need to change the size for the grades, although it does help. It helps directly because going from a 6 squares to 9 squares gives you +1 quality in the grading. But also, as a sort of side bonus, it gives you, as might be expected, more space to put other things. These are graded as 7. These ones are going to be graded at probably 11 or 12. I might even go up to 9 or 10. Because we're going from... We're graded at 7? Oh, that's fine. These are 5, yeah. 5, 7, and up there. So how would I remove these? To remove the grading from this, you would remove the windows. Anyway. You can see the workers are working there. We'll be building this, and I think I will be changing the cell sizes, as I said. So the sizes for these ones are going to be, if I go to pathways here, they're going to be a 9. So it's a 3 by 3. So I'll just bring it all the way down. So it's 3 by 3. Like so. Like that. So that's what those are going to be. Size of the cell block is 12. So it goes to 12. And comes down. Like this. Because these are all outside. And it's 12. And down. And it's this. Measure the middle. That's 13. Which it... Oh! Something's wrong. 14. 13. Oh, don't say I've made this one space too small. 40. Please don't say I've made it too small. 40. No, I've obviously measured it incorrectly. 12. 12. Must be that then. 12. I'm gonna say if I've measured this wrong. I'm gonna be reminded of it quite a bit, that's for sure. 12. 12. Then should be 14, right? 14. That's good. There we go. So, still not entirely sure as regards to the family cells in the nursery in the high risk areas. That will be what will become high risk, but it is what it is. Let's just see about maybe any traits I should be aware of. Security menu. Vulnerable. 3 inmates. Porter, Stevens, and Curtis. They're all in protective custody. We're fine on that one. Good. The game is still shouting at us, and it will keep shouting at us because we have cells, like here, for example, The family cells that are never used. Oh, well, that's a big tunnel, is it not? And I'm going to say it's going to be that toilet and sink. I'm going to say search toilets. Let's see if what happens there. Oh, interesting. It digs along, but it hasn't connected up. Oh. That's something actually that hasn't really occurred to me. I wonder if this is at the moment medium risk, and this is low risk. I wonder if these two inmates who have never met each other potentially, because they're in separate cell blocks, they've never met each other. I wonder if there's still a tunnel there. Search toilets again. I wonder if they can actually work together. Well, I'm going to dismantle that, because that's where it's coming from. I believe anywhere. Prioritize it. There it is. There's still one. Still one though. Hang on. Toilet and sink. Dismantle. Toilet and sink. Dismantle. Prioritize. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. I think they were going to work together. That was where low and risk inmates were going to work together. Clever girl. Okay. And that's why we have all of these protective custody and things like not protective custody, staff only and such. Okay, well, we have then a couple of things to do. Let me go ahead and I'm going to demolish walls here. And then I'm going to put in building brick there and there. The reason building brick is just to make it easier. Demolish walls as well. And I'm going to put on the... Where is it? It is going to be doors. Large jail door. Actually goes there and there. But there will also be a door servo that goes there and there. And I'm also going to... Oh, sorry, I've got that completely wrong. Sort of. I can fix it though. It should be that. And then I need to demolish the walls. Like that. Okay. I need to build this. In order to build this, it would be better if... Better if I put the security system in, I think. Also go for doors along here. And I want to put some extra doors in here, just to make it better for security purposes. Okay. But I'll have to build these first, won't I? Right. Let's just get everything aligned first for the expansions. So demolish them walls, that's fine. It means that we can have in metal detectors in here, like that. There and there. Can you not do that while you're there, worker, please? Oh, they're actually going to do that, but they were having to come through here. Interesting. So there's that. Let me go to quick build custom cloning, and it should already be selected there, which is fine, so I'm just going to clone it there. And we know power needs to run up. So it goes to, is it there? And to there? Is it? Yeah, there. Then this will come down. I'll do that in a bit. And getting all these in means that when we clone upwards, we have in the like all the support stuff for like CCTV and mainly door control system, truth be told, to get that in. What grants can we pick up actually? Nothing really. Criminally insane wing, I'm not gonna have any. People have suggested that we go for it, but it was never in this build. Naturally, the thing people do suggest all the time is the every prison with every DLC and everything on, and we have done it in the past when it was like a town prison, but everything was turned on for it. The main reason I don't do it is it's just a bit messy. There's no focus. I mean, the focus is build everything, but you know, it can be a bit of a nebulous idea. The idea is actually, in my experience, better than the actual concept of it, because all you do is build prisons within prisons. Like, you have that bit that's for the grading bit, that bit's at the island, that bit for, say, death row, that bit for criminally insane, and then you have little bits going here and there, and it never truly mashes up. But once you've got your base, once you've got basically your money, it's not an issue. It's not a challenge that it appears to be. But anyway, these are getting built. These I won't lock open because we don't need to. I want to go for wiring, door servos, and door servo there and there, because we're going to have a similar thing like this, where we have doors in it. Just to aid in security, jail door there, and obviously they need to wire that up, which shouldn't be a problem. It's in utilities, wiring, connections, door control system. We'll connect up to there, but only once they've built, well, all of this here. And then we clone, and we'll clone this bit first, and then we'll do the cells. The family cells won't really need to be altered, but the ones either side will have to be altered, so I'll build one, and then probably build off from there. I could, I guess, clone this. No, I can't clone it because these walls are going to be different. Yeah. You could clone it and then alter it. It's probably more work than just building it from scratch. Yeah. Just realised that these door servos are probably not being connected up either. I actually forgot I had door servos in here. Right. Utilities, wiring, connections. There you go. There's them door servos. Those are connected up. We'll also connect up that one. And that one. And those. Then while we're here, we'll put the water in. And we'll put the power in. That. Right. Good. I think that's about correct. Yeah. Okay. Let me just double check the deployment, because it's probably wrong. Not as wrong as I thought, actually. There we are. Then those little sections. Because now comes more of a big clone. It's going to be here. 14 grand, but that's 14 grand without actually placing in the... It's 14 grand without placing in the items themselves. It's just, that's on just foundation and walls. Yeah. Anyway, let me, while they're doing that, set up some patrols. And I'm going to try my best to have these not overlap. So this goes to about the middle, doesn't it? Then comes down. And this one comes to... Where do they go to? About there? I think so. As long as we have some level of patrol in here, I'm not really too bothered how they are. That's saying unsecured on the outside, because this doesn't have a... Well, as you can see, it's unsecured. But there's a lot of doorway to get to this front bit. A lot of doorway. Let's go for a dog handler. And assign one there and assign one there. Oh, that actually goes around. That's fine. Dog handler there for this bit. Dog handler there for that bit. Although putting it there means they have to walk all the way around. It's a bit of a nightmare. Start at the top. Although what have I done for the other ones? I haven't. So this one doesn't even have a dog handler. That one does. That one does. That one does. This one doesn't. Right. They do now. They're fine. They're fine now. They weren't. Let's go for more patrols. and blue patrol. And then in here as well. And then there's magenta. And there's another tunnel. Because of course there is. Dog handler, guards. Yeah, that'll be fine. And where's this tunnel? There, once again. I'm tempted, if you find tunnels, you go up a category. Oh, I'm doing it. It is classed as an escape attempt. I'm going to say you go up. But only from low risk at the moment, because we can't go up. If we do say you go up from medium, they actually won't be able to go anywhere because we don't have that. Luckily, that's not really, you know, not really become a problem. We'll see. So, transfers. One prisoner qualifies. Balthazar. We will approve. Of course we will approve. Of course we will. There we go. I want to do a shakedown as well. I don't know what our... I don't know what our... I'm going to have to lock these doors open. Yes, I'm going to have to lock these doors open for now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know what our capacity is going to be when it comes to putting these in. I'll have to not intake any more low risk. Actually, yeah, low risk, minimum risk. Because minimum risk is going to go down in terms of the amount of inmates that you can have. That might be a... I don't know if you want it that way. As in, you should have more capacity the lower you get, because that's more of a provision for clear for transfer. But if we're getting supermax to low, then... Yeah, I don't know if that's going to... Don't know if that's going to work. There's a lot of unknowns. Oh, we have a prisoner halt here. There you go. Clara Holt. Prison number 1153167. Sentence for 8 years for blackmail. Yeah. We're going to move them over. Ex-law enforcement. Ex-law enforcement, yeah. Okay. I'm still not too sure whether these cells should just be these sizes. This size here. Because we're going to lose 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And it's going to go to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Well, we're not going to lose a huge amount of space, but these we are saying going to lose a huge amount of space. We're going to go to 8. It's going to, yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It's going to half the size. Okay. Another question then. Can I keep the same size as this and get... Can I get that size, potentially, up to grade 15? I don't think I can. Let's work it out while we're basically waiting for this. So, this is currently grading 7. So ignore the bits at the top, which says room size at least X squares, because we're not going to have that. We can't fit in an office desk. Not in its current capacity. We can't fit in, and I wouldn't use it because it's a 2x1. We can fit a TV in, and we can fit a radio in. There's the end of that chat. That's all we can fit in extra. Yeah. So that would take it up to 7, 8, 9. We could put in a better bed. A comfy bed. That'd make it 10. That's it. With that size, you can only make a 10 grading. But if it was this one, You could easily... I think you could make that 15 without having to go resort to this. And that would actually help me because I can then clone it from there to there. Okay, right. Let me go ahead and put in the utilities for this room. Like so. Like so. And like so. I'll also put in the water pipe, which goes up here. And runs across. The water pipe's going to run across there. And across. How am I going to have this? Across there. Here. And here. So it's going to be on that corner. Yeah, that should be fine. I think that's how we do that as well. Okay. Let me just lock these... Well, change it so they're not locked open. I haven't put in the water over here either, sorry. Or there. So, water, like that, and water like that. And then wiring, which I spent I seem to have a lot of my time spent on this. Like that. And the phone taps. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So that should all come online. And that will be low risk. The new low risk. But it means the grading. Okay. Quick build custom cloning. Once again, it's going to be that. But the cells will not be that. Cells will be that. So I'm going to have to start to build that from scratch. Right. I'm going to staff only the lot for now. Because I don't want to have intake and then... we shouldn't have any intake on it because there's no extra cells. Even though we've built all of the other stuff, there's no extra cells, so it shouldn't work. But other things will sort of glitch out. Inmates will try to work here. The scheduler might reorient itself when I reset things. There's all manner of things that could happen. So, yes. Staff-wise, I will bring in some more staff. And some more cooks. And a couple more doctors. And yes, that's going to obviously massively reduce our daily cash flow. But cash flow is actually really good. Shake down all sectors because we haven't done so in a while. And the reason I want to bring them in early is because I want to get people trained up. I want to keep running the programs and keep doing this and get people trained up in things like guard taser, fire safety, first aid. Fire safety, I haven't really bothered with. You know, we can only have a fire in an event, and we haven't got events on, I don't think. And even then, it's only going to be in limited places. And even if there's a fire at the moment, I don't know why I'm talking myself out of it. Even if we have got a fire, there's nothing to put it out with. We haven't actually got any appliances. So why am I running fire safety? And how much does it cost? 250 a session. I don't know if there's any reason to not run it, apart from the cash. Well, no, there's many reasons not to run it. As in, it costs money, it's sort of useless at this point. That should be the end of the conversation. But, does it mean that there's like a better staff needs? Like, will they, I don't know, do they require more money? Do they act differently? I don't think they do. I basically don't think we need staff. Fire training. Definitely want first aid training, though. Okay. There's that cell block marked out. We've got this other cell block and then this in the middle. Okay. I was talking about grants and we sort of give up on it. Criminally insane wing. we're not going to have farming, we're not going to have any bakery or restaurant services, and we're not having manufacturing facilities. So none of those we can actually do. The reformed prisoner initiative, we're actually on 91%. Achieve 100 reformed prisoners after release. That's up to early prisoner release. That should have gone up. In terms of reform, average reform is on 25%. Grading and let's have a look. Punishment and reform are on 5. Work experience is 2 of 10. And security grade is 1 and health is 0, respectively. But if it was out of 10, which I tend to talk about, it's 5, 5, 2, 6, 5. So either, for the most part, in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Well, this is made. So, we are going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of prison architect. We've got more security, more patrols, more wall, more cell blocks. Next episode is... Look at that. This is now classed as a staff canteen, so the guards are going here because this is a much better canteen than their canteens. Even though it's... I don't think the grading matters. The guards don't care about the grading, I don't think. Well, apparently they don't, but they're loving here. It's got plants in at least, so it looks nice. Because I don't think these are graded. Hang on. I have got a grade, actually. Upgrading this room will also improve the grade of the security sector. Upgrades can be used to motivate inmates that want to transfer down inmates. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of prison architect. I'm concerned that... Oh, the grading is different because of the quantity of meals. Quantity and quality. So, this will change, but next episode we need to do a couple of things. We need to plan, and I would like to say build, all of the cell blocks here, which will become the new low risk, which are going to be a 3x3. We'll have obviously all the stuff in it. That's obviously something we have to work on. It means then also adding in more amenities around here. Probably not for this classroom, because we don't want it to the highest grade. But we'll certainly up the common room as best we can and the canteen a bit as well. Let's see how we get on. But like I say, at minimum, definitely these cells. And then I have to shift everybody along. That's going to be fun. Either way, money's good, progress is good, reform's good. I think we're on the right track. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, we will go from there. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. And generic partings.